We're here with Jessica Bazinet, who is a semi-finalist for the Massachusetts Teacher of the Year. All right, applause, applause. So, hey, Jess, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing so great. I'm here in my classroom right now. It is lunchtime, so our friends are outside. So you're going to see a lot of my classroom here behind me and everything that we do. You might hear the occasional child run by and have fun at recess, but we are here and I'm so happy to be on with you today.
Awesome. So first of all, where do you teach, and what grade do you teach?
I am second grade at Allendale, and I've been in the district in Pittsfield for 15 years. So I've taught at Conti Community School, I've taught here at Allendale, and then I did a few years of being a technology specialist where I was able to work at Capeless as well and still be at Allendale too. So it's been really a fun, amazing experience being here. 15 years is a long time, and I've certainly learned a lot being here, and I've learned from some of the best in the district. It's been a lot of fun being here, and I just
So,
love it.
so you've really had the tour of many of the elementary schools in Pittsfield, and certainly, there's a big focus, of course, parent. You have a lot of parent involvement, I'm sure, at the elementary school level, and then the children's needs are as such. So, tell me about what brought you into teaching. Was that what you always wanted to do coming out of college? Tell me about that.
It's honestly one of those stories. It's when I was little, I always wanted to just be the leader. I always wanted to be in charge. I always wanted to be the helper. And I found myself when I was a student always watching the teachers and really focusing on what are they doing? What are the fun things they're doing? What do I want to do? What do I not want to do when I get older and want to do this as a profession? And I've really been blessed to have really great teachers growing up in the Pittsfield public school system that I learned from and just picked up little tidbits along the way. And going to college, I went to MCLA, excuse me. I went to Mass College of Liberal Arts and got my degree there. And then I got my master's degree from Simmons in Boston. So going through the programs, I really just verified, yes, this is exactly what I want to do. This is where I need to be doing my internships, going into all the different classrooms in Berkshire County and being able to intern with different teachers. It really just felt like home. It felt like this is where I need to be. I love the kids' laughter. I love being the person who gets to guide them with their exploration and see those light bulbs go off, those aha moments. And when they feel like, oh, I can do this, I can learn this, or when they learn to read for the first time or do a math equation on their own. It's just a really great feeling. And I remember being a student myself and going to Miss Dorita's class. I'm sure you all remember Miss Dorita at Herberg, and she was singing about the Constitution. And I remember watching her and I was in awe, like, here's this middle school teacher, and middle school is so tough as it is. And she's singing about the Constitution. And I remember the song today. And I just remember her energy and how she carried herself. And I was like, that's going to be me someday. I want to carry this energy with me, going through. And just so many different teachers along the way of different ways that they stayed connected and built relationships with the kids. And I've really tried to carry that with me, through my journey.
And it is those aha moments, because it's in life, there's these turns, and there's always a direction you can go off from every turn, and so kids are it's popping all the time, and you never really know what it may be. Even for your own kids, I mean, children, is it going to be baseball? Is it going to be is that the thing that lights them up? Is it going to be video games? Is it going to be, what have you,
Right.
whatever it may be, math, their math whiz, that sort of thing. So exposing them to all these different things, and giving them the most, I suppose that's part of the whole deal, right? Is to try to provide as much as possible that may inspire them.
Right. And they're all just so unique. And every cohort of kids we get, every cohort of students we get, I'm on my 15th cohort. They're all just so uniquely different and beautiful. And it's just so awesome that I get to be a part of their educational journey. And I remember each of them. And when I see them now, and some of them are adults now, many adults, and they're on their college journeys and moving on, I'm like, hey, I know their little faces and I remember the things that they liked. And it's just so great. It's nice to be able to give back to the community. And it's nice to see them coming back and trying to help the community now as they're adults as well.
Now, tell me about this process to become the Massachusetts Teacher of the Year. Now you're a semi-finalist. I assume there's a nomination process and so on. So tell me what this is all about.
So the Massachusetts Teacher of the Year program is something that's been happening for years now. And one of my students' families actually nominated me to get me into the first round. So it's an open nomination where anyone can be nominated that you feel is fit. Your administrators can nominate you, or your own peers, or you can apply for yourself. And in this case, I had a surprise email saying, Mrs. Bazinet, one of your families just gave us the most beautiful email, and we really are interested in you, and we'd like to know more about you. So having my name nominated, they looked into my background a little bit, and then we had to go through a series of interviews and a series of paperwork and applications and video submissions to really see who I am and what I do and what I bring to the field. So we've made it through a few rounds now, and now I'm into the semifinalists, which is really an honor to be among the 10 others, excuse me. And I just had to recently record myself teaching, so the kids really got to be a part of this whole journey, which is really great. I've kind of kept them in the loop along the way, and they were so proud to be on video with me, and we got to just showcase what we do every day and all the fun we have. And it's been great. So I had to submit that along with an essay, and we'll see what happens next. We should hear probably around June 4th or so. But if I do get chosen and we move on, I get to speak with Commissioner Riley, and I get to really just be part of different panels. And if I make it to the top, I get to meet the president, I get to go to several conferences, and I get to be a representative of teachers and students and families in the Commonwealth. So that would
be cool to be a part of panels and so forth. That would be fun because, we have this conversation in education constantly, and since education reform in Massachusetts way back in 1993, MCAS and the testing, and there's been a lot of conversation, a lot of controversy over time. Tell me about what it is like being a teacher today with that as the backdrop, because you talk about the inspiration and these aha moments. We want those for kids, and there's also all these standards that are in there as well that have become so powerful and important in what's happening. And then also we have at the same time, COVID as a backdrop as well. So it's been quite a time. But what is it like being a teacher these days?
It's certainly been different, and it's been changing and ebbing and flowing over the last few years. Really, during this whole COVID, this past year is one like no other. But I must say, I am so impressed and proud of our community. The families have been resilient, and the students have really persevered. And I've seen a really good growth, even with their academics, while we were going through all of this. They were able to adjust from being in person to being only online to being hybrid to now being back in person, and they still had a smile on their face, and they showed up every single day. I had families join the calls. I had grandparents sitting there and helping when they could. And we really just tried to keep it moving and making it feel like a community, even though it was a virtual setting. And now that we're back in person, we get to celebrate and learn together here. It is different because we do have a little bit of pressure coming, and we have standards that we do have to meet. But my job here is to make sure I meet the needs of my students that are in my class in front of me right here. And even with 16, we have a variety of needs, and we have to do small group instruction and really make sure we're targeting where they are. So we as teachers have standards that we have to meet, and we work really hard to make sure our students are ready to move forward into their next academic year. But really, my job is building relationships and making sure they're mentally healthy, that they're feeling successful and empowered as students, and also to make sure that they're hitting their individual goals. Yes, we want to hit the second grade goals, but really looking at each individual student and making sure that I'm making a connection and helping them improve. So it's been a shift for sure, but it's really, I can't say enough about how well Allendale staff has been. My teammates have been amazing. Our principal's done a really nice job of helping us all keep moving forward and just kind of forward thinking and helping our kids stay on track. And our families have been absolutely amazing. So, education ebbs and flows and changes. I know the older grades, 3rd through 5th, have the MCAS pressure coming on them, but really if our teachers just keep focusing on keeping the kids feeling empowered and learning what they need to learn at the pace that's comfortable for them, that they need to know. A test score is a test score. Having happy, healthy children is much more important in my eyes. So that's what we really do here.
And you're a mom as well. You have 3 kiddos, and so looking at that, that's a whole nother piece of your experience, and it kind of goes both ways. The teacher has an impact on the parenting, I'm sure, but of course vice versa, being a parent, nothing like that. So tell me about it. I know your daughter doing amazing things, following in her mom's footsteps. And of course, we're trained by the best, Buddy Pellerin. And we remember him.
Softball Yoda. Yes, she's doing a really great job. Her teammates are so supportive, and it's so great to see her out there on the field, pitching on the same field that I pitched on years and years ago. We won't say how long ago, but she's really working hard, and she's motivated and wants to be successful, and her teammates uplift her. And it's really a cool feeling to see my own girl right out there on the mound, leading the team, leading those generals.
Yep, those Pittsfield Public Schools, great softball teams, and you're part of that history. So this is fantastic. Hi, Kenley, how are you?
Good.
Good. So Mrs. Bazinet is your teacher. What do you think of her?
I think she's great.
Well, I hope so, especially when she's standing right there. Oh my gosh.
It's her twin sister, Cameron. She also came in.
Hi, Cameron. How are you?
Good.
This is Mr. Kroll.
How's Allendale School? Do you love it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have fun with Mrs. Bazinet?
Yeah.
So what have you been learning this year?
We've been learning like math, reading, money, shapes, time, measuring.
That's awesome. So you mentioned money. That's good. Managing your money, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's great. And that's not a standard thing, right?
Teach it. Well, we get to teach our money and the values of each coin, and then we like to set up a mock shop around the class, and they can purchase school supplies that they need using their fake money. So we talk about how much we use to spend, or if we have a certain amount of money, what choices we can make based on what money we have. And they were really incredible with learning how to manage their money. Very smart savers, these girls. Very smart savers.
Oh, we should definitely have more of that. I always thought that finance and just basic finance and understanding how to manage money is something that's had been missing for a while. So that's good to hear that and civics. I think that I'd love to get that back in to the schools. But anyhow, yeah. So well, great girls. I'm glad you're having a great experience at Allendale with Mrs. Bazinet.
Do you want to share anything really quickly about your favorite thing that we do here?
So I like that Mrs. B supports me since I'm a different person than most kids. You make sure that I'm having a nice time and that everyone's being nice to me and that like a whole bunch more.
Excellent.
I love that Miss Bazinet has been taking care of us this year and trying to make it funner because of COVID.
We've had a lot of fun this year, haven't we? The special group, this group here. All right, thank you, girls. You can go head back out to recess, okay? This is Lincoln Giambroni, and this is Vivian Colfo.
Hey, Vivian. Hey, Lincoln. How are you?
Good.
So what do you love about this class with Mrs. Bazinet?
I love that we always do very fun things, and we always have fun projects to do, and we always learn new things every day.
Yeah, and what's it been like now back in school, versus the virtual stuff? Is it way better?
Yes.
Vivian, how about for you?
Well, I like how Mrs. B supports me when I get frustrated or if I don't get it. She always helps me.
That's great. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, friends. All right, you can go. Go ahead, friends. Go ahead. Vivian, come here 1 second. So Vivian her grandmother is the one that sent in my nomination. And her grandmother is a wonderful nurse over at Conti Community School.
Fantastic.
Right?
So
her grandmother's Ellen Brown.
That's awesome. Are we pulling for her? Are we hoping that she gets it?
What do you think, friends? Do you think I'll get it?
Yeah.
And you can quickly wave. Go ahead, come on, just quickly wave. Hi, Mr. Kroll.
Hi, Mr. Crow.
They wanted to come say hi. I love these kids so much. All right, friends, you go enjoy your recess,
Have a great
okay?
day, everybody.
Thank you.
You know, I'm wishing you the best, and I hope you get the #1 position. But either way, you've come a long way in this. So good luck, Jessica, and you know, we'll keep following it, and hopefully you win Teacher of the Year.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me.
Awesome, great seeing you.